She and her fiance Max Ehrich had a whirlwind romance that and an engagement that lasted about 2 months and ended abruptly. Demi herself actually poked fun at the end of her engagement, as well as her very eventful year when she hosted E's People's Choice Awards on Sunday night. Take a look.
Honestly, this year has been the longest 3 years of my life. I went into lockdown mode and got engaged. I got into painting, photography, meditation. I binged 7 seasons of Pretty Little Liars, got unengaged, and then I went looking for aliens in the desert. So basically the same as everyone else.
First things first, I love how she can poke fun at herself
Yeah.
and laugh at what a crazy, crazy last couple months she's had.
Very relatable though, which begs the question, Denny, what questionable decisions have you made during quarantine, and what is something that you learned about yourself and your relationships during this time?
Huh. I would have to say the most questionable thing I did was decide to move in with my then boyfriend during the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't engaged, but I can relate to Demi because I also experienced a breakup in the middle of the pandemic. And I gotta tell you, that nothing about the relationship was questionable, you know what I mean? And it definitely was not me having tunnel vision. I just feel like what happens during quarantine and during this pandemic is that it really accelerates relationships. And
Hmm.
so mine wasn't, I guess, supposed to last longer than it
Everything
did.
happens for a reason, Denny.
I think it ran its course, but it does help you to reflect and you start noticing things that maybe you didn't notice before because, we were living in such a time that did not feel real. It felt like
Right?
temporary. But as we're realizing this is our new reality and, people, couples, relationships separately and together adjust accordingly. How about you?
100%. Oh, how about me? Well, got back with my ex-boyfriend for a little while and then realized the exes need to stay in the past, but I don't regret it. Sure, there was a bit of tunnel vision there. I was back home in Michigan with my family. I wasn't living out in LA anymore. It's kind of that sense of, non-reality where it's like, there's going to be a time where I have to go back to LA and he's still here. And,
Yeah.
it's again, like I feel like everything gets accelerated during quarantine. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world because I learned so much about myself, what I want in a relationship, what I don't want in a relationship. And I feel like this time in 2020 is so important for everybody when it comes to reflection and learning, which is why when J-Lo gave her acceptance speech
Yeah.
last night when she was receiving the Icon Award, she took a look back, a big picture here. The biggest lesson that she learned in 2020 was saying what matters most to her is the people around her. And honestly, she
Hmm.
hits the nail on the head right there because think of all this time that we're able, to safely spend with our families and our close circle. You know what I mean? It's time that we're never going to get back. And it makes you think about what really matters in life. She says before
Hmm.
2020, we were obsessing about winning awards and getting nominated for awards, caught up in who sold the most records and whatnot. Obviously, we can't relate to that. We don't have an insane music career here, but similar trajectories. We a lot of times we get caught up in things that really don't matter, and 2020 has really put that into perspective for us.
It's true. It's also made me feel like, don't live life in regret. If there's things that you regret in your past, you can change it now and move forward. And if there's anything that
Mhm.
2020 has taught me, it's like a positive outlook, which also requires you checking in on yourself and your mental health, but also just like resilience and perseverance goes a
Mhm.
long way, And so that is like the energy I'm trying to channel because I think there's a lot of people who feel like once the ball drops on December 31st at midnight and it's 2021, all of our problems are going to go away. No, they're not. Now it's time for us to really
Right.
address them and deal with them and find a good way forward. And that's my wish for everybody the rest of this year, okay? Just find a way forward.
Go
You have
I know,
something to
I was
add?
gonna say, I also do love that she said helping each other, loving each other, and being kind to each other are what's really important too. Because you know what, Den, I feel like this is the year where we really realize how we can step up to be better people
Amen.
in those that we love's lives. Just, the importance of showing up. A simple thank you card or a simple phone call, letting someone know that you care, just being kind to each other because we're all dealing with our own personal struggles that no one may know about. And,
Hmm.
it's important to just love other people and to be kind to other people. And that is where I end my TED talk.